Ray Ives, a pen of an underdog. Part six, a couple more parts to sort of get through the darkness here, get through the darkness of what was happening and get through the darkness of a tough environment. There's always going to be challenges. There's always going to be something to overcome, personalities to adapt to. And I was okay with all that. So part six, the subchapter that I'm going through now is basically virtual meetings and a new hire. I won't spend a lot of time here because we all have experienced the pandemic. There's no reason for me to talk about the pandemic and talk about what was happening. But I will say this, as it relates to the industry, it was really interesting how consumers started to, or how they wanted to engage with food or the food buying process. It really transitioned from brick and mortar to like pick up or click and collect, and retailers responding to find a way to close that last mile. And there were some companies that were in the right place at the right time. If retailers were set up to deliver door to door, they were going to do well. Instacart was going to see tremendous growth because of the opportunity to start delivering door to door. So nobody wanted to go to the grocery store. Nobody, that convenience and that peace of mind was no longer there. It just had a switch. So again, plug in the digital technology of Amazon and some retailers. People just wanted to work from home, eat from home, order groceries from the couch, Netflix, chill out, all the socializing, all the leaving the house. It was gone. It was a different era. And again, I won't get into the pandemic. We've all lived it, right? And then business was somewhat in a slump for certain categories. Anything that was merchandise open air, so whether it was gourmet cakes being put into bakery case, or if it was artisan breads and rolls or bagels or individual desserts, donuts, bagels, anything that it was self-serve, that was really going to slump. And the other thing that was happening, it was the first time that grocery retail, probably more than a decade, was growing faster than food service. People wanted to spend quality time with family at home. Everybody was locked down. Cooking became the new trend. And I'll end it there. There's some just industry changes. And while this was all going on, I was in the hot seat. I was in the hot seat with clients, and nobody really seemed to care. I needed support. I needed support to start fixing these problems, where I could spend a lot of my time internally working cross-functionally and handing over some of the bigger accounts. So I was going to hire, my boss gave me permission to hire a national account manager. And I was like, okay, if I hire a national account manager, we're not going to get the quality of person that we're looking for. I was like, okay, I'm going to put it out there as a director of sales. Again, that was the right thing to do. It was the right thing for the company. HR approved it, but my boss, he was leaving. There were times to make some serious adjustments, and I just knew. So through networking, a broker in Texas recommended this person, Masha Fields. Masha was great. She was well articulated. She was outspoken. She had red hair. She majored in literature and Russian at Ohio State. She was brilliant. Liked CrossFit, liked hiking in the mountains. She lived in Northern California, which was perfect because that was a market that we needed to get into, adapt to, and start taking away market share. And so, long story short, I offered Masha the job. And I knew she was going to be an incredible asset. And I didn't cut any corners. I was like, I am going to find a way to pay her in the very highest percentile of a director of sales role. And I did exactly that. Again, corporations have these structures. So working with HR, multiple layers of HR, the highest that I was able to offer her, I did. I paid her not that I paid her, but I approved in her onboarding for her to get the highest tier, and for the right reason. She was a great candidate. He didn't want to see her go to a competitor. Plus the cost of living, she was in Northern California, and so it made sense. So here I am, pandemic, working virtually, have a new hire, trying to see some light, in this situation, in this difficult situation, trying to see some light. So more to follow. Really what it is, I'm at the point where I just want to get out of part 6. I want to get out of part 6. I'm excited to get into, tabula rasa, a new slate, a clean slate, tabula rasa. Me finding that catalyst to doing something different. So stay tuned. A couple more parts. Check out the book. Take the shortcuts. The Pen of an Underdog. It's on Amazon. Thanks for joining. Talk to you soon.